about the video game industry. The video game industry is booming. It is rapidly approaching $138 billion in size. And within that industry, esports, or competitive video game, has also been growing. Joining us now to talk more about all the big trends to come in the gaming industry this year is JP Mangalindan in California. Hi, JP.
Hey, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the biggest stories in the next year in video gaming?
So you mentioned esports, for example. You know, this is the first year that esports will cross that $1 billion threshold. You know, more competitions, more pro players playing for prizes, and more people watching. Be services like Twitch. You know, other services, other trends that people might want to look out for. Cloud gaming. You know, for those who are not quite as up to speed on cloud gaming, it's basically the idea that, you know, part of your gaming experience or all of your gaming experience is basically crunched in the cloud remotely. And so basically there's a lot of anticipation building around that from pundits and from players, the idea that the next generation of consoles could potentially have cloud gaming built in. Also, you know, other trends to look out for, the idea of, you know, competition among online game stores. You know, it's certainly no secret that, you know, gaming distribution has really moved very much online. You're seeing more online stores as a result of that. Epic, for example, a company out there, just released its online gaming store late last year, and they are basically stealing away game releases from other distribution platforms like Steam. So expect more competition around that. Even Apple, for example, is allegedly trying to get into the game and could launch some sort of subscription service around that, around access to its games. And then, you know, some of the more commonplace trends we can expect is, you know, more gamers, you know, higher smartphone penetration, particularly internationally, more of those smartphone users actually gaming on those devices, and then more people, you know, more time spent playing those games. You know, I'm not a big Fortnite player, Dan. I don't know if you are, but, you know, more, yeah. But, like, you know, more people spending hundreds of hours inside their games, you know, purchasing new weapons, new costumes, new levels. So, you know, more incremental revenue streams inside those games.
Yeah, JP, let me wrap this way. As you mentioned off the top, esports. And let me just ask you, as someone who covers this industry, what do you make of esports? I mean, obviously, objectively, factually, it's on the rise. As you say, rapidly approaching $1 billion in industry size. But we talk about more competitions, more people following esports. Do you understand it? I mean, I kind of just don't know what to make of it all.
Yeah, I think the biggest stigma or problem that esports continues to face is around the idea that it is a sort of credible, that it is basically sports for the gaming crowd, and that there is like a viable business there. But every sort of sign seems to point to the indication that there is. People are tuning in droves via Twitch and other online streaming services to watch these players. These players, in turn, are competing, and some of them, the very, very top, creme de la creme, if you want to call them that, are, you know, can rake in millions of dollars over the course of 5 to 10 years of their career to basically play professionally. By all indications, it is a viable industry or portion of the video game industry, but it hasn't gone mainstream yet. And I think there's a big challenge there around the perception of it going mainstream, that this is the real deal.
I agree with you. Hasn't gone mainstream yet, but a very interesting story. JP Mangalindan, our tech man in San Francisco. Thanks, buddy.